It's Saturday, March 10th, 2012. I woke thinking about this workers' comp case. It's up to me to bring it to court. And a friend of mine told me, I have to make my case. And I've been thinking about this, about making my case and the act of making one's case. And I think a lot of people get a great enjoyment out of it. I don't. For me, it seems that if certain things aren't just understood, well, so be it. And it's difficult for me to try to explain. I wouldn't want to put myself into a category that limits me, that paints me into a corner. I just feel that when painted into a corner, violent reactions are pretty typical. Now, they could be anywhere from rage to falling to pieces. And from my perspective, to put ourselves in a situation where we respond in one of those two ways is a very sad state of affairs. As I've been reading Dante's Inferno, the main idea that keeps coming up to me is that the case that he makes has nothing to do with religion or scholarly endeavors, but everything to do with how he organized everything into such a way that he could do what he wanted. Now, I've been really going over a quote that I heard from John David Ebert of Seneca describing Spengler. Spengler really felt that the high state of there's culture, and then it develops into civilization. He's a historian, and culture is better than civilization. But if you're born into a civilization, the fates carry those who are willing and drag those who are not. That's the basic quote from Seneca. I have a personal experience with this. When I was 20, I got clean and sober. And there was a guy that lived near me. I lived in a very rural area. And so he became my sponsor. And he was younger than me, a couple years younger than me. Had a year or so in the program. And he was talking to me about how life is like a bulldozer. He had been told this. And you can get up and walk, and you're chained to this bulldozer. And you can get up and walk, or you can be dragged by it. And the way he said it had absolutely nothing to do. I didn't associate it in my mind with Seneca. I had heard Seneca's statement, television or something somewhere at the time, but I didn't associate it because of the context we were in at the time. And so Spengler embraced the civilization, even though he felt the artist had no worth or value at the developmental phase of civilization. Very little value, that except in pockets, small pockets of the masses. Basically, everything has become therapy. You know, we only turn to the artists if we're very, very rich, or if we're suffering from some malady, some mental malady or spiritual malady. And so he embraced civilization in that he, as far as John David Ebert was explaining, he embraced in his lecture on Spengler, his recent lecture on Spengler, he embraced the technologies, the building technologies, the airplanes and the large, bridges and that kind of thing. So the engineers basically became the artist. But for me, art is that ability to express divine, superfluous beauty. So it's the experience of awe and wonder before the majesty of life. And life has already made its case, and all we're doing is, in this instance, we are exemplifying the divinity and the superfluous abundance of such divinity. And as far as this workers' comp case and making my case goes, it very much roots me in time. It takes me out of this divine superfluousness. I can still recognize the beauty, however, it is something that is so having to be fought for, and it's like trying to wrench out the last drop out of a wet rag, that this is not conducive for me of the experience of the awe and wonder before the majesty of life.